But I like Forspoken. I like the Forspoken game. Yeah, I like the story. The story is okay. I ain't gonna say it was the best story. I'm pretty sure they could have got some better writers. And now when I found out like certain people were doing the story for it, I know that they said that the lady that did Uncharted wrote the story or wrote some pieces or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Then it was like other people. Then when it seemed like in the route that they were going, it seemed like they had two different teams working on two different things, and then they try to compile everything. It's like they never talk to each other about certain situations. Like, oh, how should we have this character do this? Oh, we should do it like this. They never had that conversation. They kind of just brought their ideas and say, hey, here's the idea. Here you go. Sell it.
I'm slanging ideas.
But I like the game. I like the story. It's
okay.
It's an Alice in Wonderland. I mean, you pretty much get that from the beginning of the game when you first start. She picks up a book and it says Alice in Wonderland on it. So it's like a little reference piece. Like as soon as you start the game, it's like in the very beginning, and it kind of lets you know that that's where they're going with it, and you feel it. You feel like okay, she went there. You know, when the girl first gets there, her name is excuse me. When the girl gets there, damn, what's her name? I don't even remember the girl's name. That's sad. But when you play it and you see her going through her problems, and you look at her background and see that was an orphan or whatever was left, and her parents left her and things of that such. She had a pretty shitty life. Okay. And she kind of gets sucked into this world, and it kind of like it's supposed to make everything better, and or at least she's supposed to be in the shoes of
Frey.
Yeah, Frey. I forgot her damn name. Frey. He said the cuff, which is his name. It's a little bracelet you wear a cuff. Yeah. He's on your wrist and he's pretty much talking to you. My thing is I don't know if anybody else can hear him. Cause I know she hears him.
It's just her.
Yeah, it's like that's another thing I was kind of confused. I know one part of the story when he said something and then the lady that was leaving was like, "Did you say something?" And she was like, "No, I didn't say nothing." And I'm like, "So can people hear?" Because then other times she's having conversations with people. They're talking to him. The cuff thing is talking to her, and nobody else is saying. Yeah, it's like so. I'm like, maybe they can't hear her. But point is, Frey is cool. She's a pretty much character that's pretty much down on her luck, by a lot. Yeah, she's down luck by a lot. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because it got some dumb shit in there. Like I like the combat. The combat is, to me, it's fluid. It's fluid enough. It reminds me of Infamous in a lot of ways with the whole shooting, because she's shooting from her hand just like Infamous. He shoot the electricity from his hands, and you do different moves, and as you using the trigger to fight using the R2. Okay. And
the only thing about her, right? Huh? You do melee as well, right?
Yeah, you can switch it, but you get that later. Yeah, you get it later. When you beat your first boss, you get like a melee style because you have two different styles. I think I'm on like chapter, I want to say 7 or 8, one of those, and I beat my first major boss. Yeah, because you fight a dragon in the first beginning, and it's like she cusses. I mean, but it's not. Some of it is a little forced or outrageous. Okay. But like when you first start the game, or when you first make it to the I forgot the name of the world too. Not really helping the argument, but you fight a dragon. She's that's a big fucking dragon, or is that a motherfucking dragon? So it's like a real person would say that, you know. But some of the writing, it felt like it was like, nah, that didn't work. Okay. But it wasn't major. It still worked. I still get what they're doing, what they're trying to do here. Okay. And then another gripe that I have though about the game is that you can't walk and talk. Like when she's talking to her bracelet cuff, when Freya's talking, she's talking to him, and it's like you can't move. Stationary. Yeah, like but you can look around. Like you can use the analog camera to look around, but you can't move. And we've gotten past that stage of not making those kind of mistakes. Those are rookie mistakes. Yeah. You know, our technology is too far developed for that. But like I said, that's a minor thing that they can probably patch if they do, depending on what's going on with the success of the game, which isn't really
Yeah,
it's very successful. So
it's a lot of mixed reviews for this.
I don't think it's a lot of mixed anything. It's more negative than it's positive. They're talking about this is the worst game of the year. They already giving it that title.
Okay.
Yeah. So
are they now?
Yeah. So by the time we make our rounds to like summer or something,
this game might be dead on arrival.
Yeah, it might be. I think it is dead on arrival. I think I seen a clip somewhere saying this game is dead on arrival. There's a lot of people trashing the game, but I like it. It's cool, man. You know. If you don't care for it, then stay on your side. But I like it. Yeah, I like it.
I think
it works for me.
What it is like you play the demo.
Yeah.
You get your 10-second 10, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you play the game. Then you figure out like, oh yeah, I don't like this game. Because there were the only bad reviews, or not even bad reviews. The only really thing people had to say before the game came out was how the game looked.
Yeah.
They were just talking like, oh, this game doesn't look like it should be a next-gen game.
Yeah.
But now that the game came out, a lot of people are hyper-focused.
Yeah.
Especially for a game you're paying $70 for. It's just like how we were talking about the linear games.
Yeah.
And I was saying, like, I don't think people should pay $60 for them. Because it's linear. There's only so much these games will give you,
right?
Compared to open world games like Call of Duty. Ooh, why are you paying $70 for Call of Duty? That game could have been a patch over and over and over and over.
Yeah,
but it's what they like. So it's just